All right, now this was something I found pretty interesting. I purchased this starter on Amazon, which normally I don't do auto parts on Amazon, but I took a shot in the dark. We needed it quickly. And got all 5-star reviews, and we got this sheet with it here, showing the output, the rated power, voltage, torque, max amps, and it actually was pretty thorough. I was actually surprised that they gave out all that testing information with it. I know there's some other starter companies that do that as well, but I wasn't expecting to see it this time around here. All right, so let me explain a starter. All right, because most people just know that it starts your vehicle, right? But they don't know how it works. And in order to understand the differences between a solenoid and a starter, or the starter motor rather, you know, they should know how it works, right? So when you turn your key, this thing right here, you know, magically turns your engine over, and your car starts. But what really happens here is there's a there's a little gear in there, and it's on a shaft, and it shoots out, right? Because it attaches to your flywheel, and if it was attached at all times, well, this little motor would be going for a ride. So it's not meant for that. It's meant to engage and disengage. So that's what it does. It does that by there's a spinning. Oh, how do you call it? This it spins out and it locks in, starts it up, and then when the power is taken away from it, it returns back to where it is sitting right now. There are different types of starter motors. There are the geared down type. You know, there's your standard starter motor, high torque models. There's you know, for any application you need it for. Like, you know, my race engine over there, that takes a high torque starter because it's a high compression engine. All right. So the differences between a solenoid and a starter motor. The starter motor provides the power, the torque used to turn over the engine, which can be pretty high. The solenoid is only a switch. That's all this is. It's a way to provide high power to the motor without burning out your ignition switch, and all the stuff in between there and the motor. So your battery comes down, and it attaches to this big terminal here, right? So the starter is grounded. It'll come through and it goes to here. Now that's where it's going to stay, because down here is a solenoid that pops up and down. When you apply the signal or a small amount of voltage to it through here, this is going to come from your starting system. It's going to allow that voltage and amperage to move from this terminal to this one. That's why when you see a lot of people where their solenoid is out, they'll take a screwdriver and they'll go between these terminals, and really all they're doing is just bypassing the solenoid, because the solenoid, when it gets signal from the switch here, or the voltage, it's gonna pop up and connect these two terminals together, which is going to allow it to flow around to your starter motor, and that's going to start your vehicle. These go out all the time. It's actually a little bit more uncommon for your starter motor to burn out, but your solenoid, I don't know if you've heard people or not say, you know, when this goes out, sometimes they get stuck because they're corroded or this and that, and you hit it with a hammer and it'll free it up, you know, and it'll be able to go back and forth. That's true, but in my opinion, if it's actually to that point, you might as well just replace it. And you know, the hammer method and all that, you know, it's not guaranteed, and there's a possibility it could fail again. And I don't really like going and using that type of stuff as a permanent fix, because that's how you end up getting stranded in situations you don't want to be in.